Now we will be going through a balance fitness assessment. So for static balance, the Romberg test was selected for this assessment. This assessment is selected to check for any neurological function for balance and coordination. According to Forbes and Kronovich, this assessment identifies neurological impairments. As the cerebellum is involved in balance and coordination, this assessment is able to detect the integrity of the posterior dorsal columns and proprioception. Okay, so now I'll be doing a demonstration on the Romberg test to test for the case study static balance. So, first one, ensure that the case study feet is placed together with hands by your side. For the purpose of this test, I'll be using the variation where the arms are abducted at 90 degrees, one leg up with his head tilted backwards and eyes closed. So from here, I will instruct the case study to touch his nose and then return back to the original position. I will then repeat the same assessment on the other leg. Okay, so any postural sways or loss of coordination will indicate a positive test, and the recommendation will be included in the exercise program. Okay, so for the first one, this is a practice trial for the case study to get used to the exercise. Okay, so again, feet together, hands by your side, arms abducted to 90 degrees, head tilted backwards. Alright, one leg up, and then from here close your eyes, try to control your balance, and then touch your nose. Okay, don't worry, this is a practice one. So again, you try on the other leg. Alright, hit tilted back, and then touch your nose. Nice. Okay, relax. Alright, now we try on the other side. Good. Hit back. Control. Alright, try. Nicely done. Okay. So that was the practice trial. Now we're going to do the actual assessment, okay? So, for safety measures during the assessment, I'll be positioned beside him to catch him in case he falls or loses his balance. Okay, so step a bit forward. Okay. Okay, arms at 90 degrees, head tilted back, legs up, control. Good. Alright, relax. Alright, now change side. Thumbs up, head tilted back, eyes closed, and touch. Good, relax. So as we can see, there are no postural sways, which means the test is negative. So for the star excursion test, we must first measure his leg length. This is because the leg length is significantly related to the excursion distance. Hence, by measuring his leg length, we are able to normalize the data. So first step, have the case study lie supine with feet hip width apart. Next, we are to measure the distance from the left ASIS to the medial malleolus. From here, I'll just take the measurement. Alright. Okay. So the leg measurement is taken. Now we'll repeat on the other side. Alright, before we begin assessing the case study's dynamic balance, I will go through with you a few dynamic stretches to prepare him for the assessment. This is because this assessment requires a lot of balance and flexibility of the lower limb. Hence, most of the dynamic stretches will be preparing his lower limbs for the assessment. So now I'll be explaining the procedure to do the star excursion test. Okay? So as you can see, I've already marked out 8 points on the floor with an increment of 45 degrees from the middle. So what the case study has to do is place his left leg, which this is the leg of his base. From here, use the reaching leg and reach the furthest point, and then return the other leg to the center of the circle. From here, he will repeat all 8 points, and I will measure it, and which will produce the result. From there, after he done with the first round, he will then switch leg and repeat the same 8 measurements on the other leg. Things to take note: place all his weight on the supporting leg, whereas when he reach with his reaching leg, try not to put any weight on it. So he will just simply touch and go, return, touch, return. Okay. Also, to maximize his balance, the case study has also removed his shoes and socks. So before we begin the actual assessment, the case study will go through one trial run on both legs. Okay. This is to give him some practice before we do the actual assessment. So as a safety measure, I will also stand by at the side in case he loses his balance. So the first trial is now done. Now the case study will do it on the other leg. So based on his first trial, some feedback. You can try to keep your supporting foot firmly on the ground without raising your heels. Other than that, it's okay. Just one more thing. When you reach, try not to put any weight on the reaching leg. So just step, return, and then go again. Okay? So, you feeling okay so far? You ready to start the actual assessment? Okay. So we'll start the actual assessment now. Okay, so the assessment is done. Measurement already taken for the first reaching leg. So now I will just measure the reaching leg and then start on the assessment on the other side. Now that we have already measured the reaching leg for the right side, we will now do the assessment for the left reaching leg. Okay, so you start here first. Okay. Good. Okay, so now 8 measurements has already been completed. I will record down the second measurement for the left leg and then put the results in the report.